What is up, everybody? This video is basically about reviewing Yoworld and um, basically talking about what it's become from over the years of us playing. And as you can see, we're playing on newer accounts, which we wanted to show players and hopefully Big Viking games of what it's like to actually be a new person, as many people call it, a noob. Um, a lot of bullying goes on. I mean, it's endless, priceless. I mean, it's name calling down to your trash, down to, I mean, it's a number of things. Here with me joining is Jill. She's playing the female role of this, which is Sarah09. How you doing, Jill?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. So, what is your opinion on Yo World now that of all the years you've played? Tell me, what you thought of starting a new account, how everything's changed from the day you began.
Oh, well, from the day I started playing at the time was Yeovil back in '08, everything was pretty normal. I mean, no, bashing people, it wasn't as bad as it is now. Um, but over the years, it's like gone from, everything being simple and fun all the way to now. Um, of seeing, all these players on there just bashing all the new people. And, I am so happy that, we could do this of showing um people out there, what it's like of what we go through of being a noob. But to me, it's actually quite disappointing to see. I mean, I've already had my name called, I don't know if we should say what words or not on here.
Right. Let's just say there's a lot of adult, content, which Yo World now, well, Big Viking Games now made it to where we can say certain words like, cuss words,
Profan, yeah,
profanity,
profanity.
basically.
Hmm.
Um, which it is up to the player whether or not he wants to deal with that. If you look at your settings, you pretty much gotta. You can pretty much change it to where you can allow buddy quests. I mean, they've provided a pretty good, I think, pretty good security. You can add a profane filter and stuff like that. But the only problem with this issue is that people has gone as far as harassing people on Yo World. Um, it's gone to stalking. It's gone to just majorly total craziness. Um, as
Bully.
as as Jill, as you mentioned, and I wanted to ask you about that, is you said things have changed over the years. How could you see that as a change? What do you see as changed with Yo World?
Oh, well, for sure. Number one, would be definitely, people just not only going after and just like start going after people by cussing at them and for no reason, and then people just start taking it extremely serious. And it's like it gets annoying because they start acting like they're little kids, and that's what I feel like some of them are like children, but with they use profanity. And a lot of people do go through a lot of real life problems, and whatever these people on here are saying to them, they're bashing them, it's bullying. And that's not okay. That needs to stop, in my opinion. It's
Now when
horrible.
now when you say that people have hard lives, I mean, would you honestly agree with my opinion that some people use Yo World as an escape from their real world problems?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, yeah. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, to me, I've seen a lot of players on here. I just sit back and I read the hurtful things they say, and it scares me to the point, where some people on the game that I have seen, um, they've talked about, somebody in their life has passed away or, they're trying to vent. And then these people are just not taking that person serious. So they end up saying really hurtful things to them. And it just turns into a complete disappointment. It's really sad to see. And I've witnessed a lot of that. And another thing I have a problem with is that people are just going after, you know, the high end pricing of things, like too overpriced
Okay, now
on
now
their.
let me comment on something. I don't mean to interrupt you. Um, that is another thing that I have noticed has changed tremendously, and you'll probably agree with me on this. Is prices have just gone completely freaking berserk. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look, I'm going to bring up my auction here for an example. If you look at some of these prices of things, it's unbelievable. You look at all this stuff and you see, just look at this in the millions, billions, and all these coins and everything. And players are not able to keep up with that unless they're rich and real, and that's ridiculous. Look at this. I mean, 11 mil just for a hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems Big Viking Games contributes to this because if you've noticed in the last couple of, you know, months and everything, I'm going to bring up my story here. If you notice in the last couple of months, things have gone up tremendously. I mean, if you look at the new stuff that's coming out, 2K for this, 2K for that. See, the problem with all this stuff is that there's so much stuff costs so much, but not enough ways to make money. Um, they do these little events like this, but if you notice, I'm behind, which I don't, on this account, so don't take this to granted, but you do these accounts and you get 500 coins. 500 coins. Or you have the option to do jobs, which basically the jobs here, I'm going to do a job for an example here. You do these jobs and you don't get anything. You get 38 coins. You do all this stuff and there's no money anywhere. There's no coins. And people or Big Viking Games expects everybody to have fun. You want to have fair play. I mean, do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I agree.
You want everybody to feel welcome. You want everybody to feel the same and equal. But when you get on here, and that's number one bullying on this game, is because of people not having money. That is like the biggest issue. It's not, and it has to do with clothing, hair, looks, houses. And that to me is, I think, the reason why Yoworld has lost players over the years.
Well, it has, and that's why. I mean,
Because if you go ahead.
no, no. I mean, I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, it's definitely lost a lot of players.
If you look at the price lines of back in the day when Yoworld was actually when it was Yoville instead of Yoworld, we're gonna go back to the beginning of times when I started. For furniture, look at this. These are just borders, but the borders that you put over on the side, but they're 25 coins. We go into stuff like this. Yeah, 2K for this. Yeah, okay. That's expensive, but you got all different sorts of prices. Look at that. 250 coins for that. And